This is the old crane. It is made from scrap. It is round tubing, rather thin walled, and you know, my idea was to save weight, but low weight and stability doesn't often go hand in hand. So this crane was not as rigid as I had hoped. Well, not in that way you see it from that angle, but it is bent the other way. I can show you that later. That was the first mistake. The second mistake was to use a winch with bands instead of wire. The band is totally destroyed, bent, there's hole in it, and it doesn't stand being outside in the sun and rain all the year round. And then another thing is the pulley here in the end of the crane. It is fixed, so sometimes the load isn't hanging straight down, it comes from the side, and I always get tangled in here. The part we are going to make now is this part. We will make a long riser and somehow to connect to these two axles that are on the boat. We'll make the riser here a bit longer, and on the end there will be a pulley that holds the arm. So quite, and down here of course there will be a bracket that holds the axle, so the crane arm can pull the can pivot. So that's the next part of the project. I thought I would show you how the crane is bent. I know I'm filming with a GoPro, but this is a real bend, and it is not a critical bend, but as soon as you have high loads on the crane, it will bend more and eventually collapse, of course. So the crane needs to be rigid even in this angle. I'm having second thoughts. This is going to be on the end of that. Should I use the square or a round? I need to drill a 26mm hole in either one of those. There will be very little material left in this. This is 40 meters diameter, and this steel is also 40mm, so it will be nice there. Well, this is the largest piece I have, and it has already gotten a hole in it. Well, that is too small. It could of course easily be bored to size in the lathe, and it is 25. Well, it's less than a millimeter that has to go. This, could it look nice? Perhaps I should chamfer the sides here. That might improve the looks. But this piece is the right length, and it looks stable enough. I think I will go with this one. And now I will try the more rigid boring bar. Normally I can't use these large tool holders because if they exceed 60mm, normally the cutting edge will be too high. So, but this is very low, so it might work. Let's give it a try. What can possibly go wrong? I've seen better finishes than that. Will be 26.2 millimeters. Something in those lines. 26.25. Well, the piece is done. Well, that inside is miserable, I know. But it'll have to do. Now I should cut this off in halves. Interesting. The finish is perfect when it does the interruptive cut. Well, these are quite sharp edges. Well, a bit of well prep here, and it's ready to be mounted. But first I will cut the pieces that it should weld to. Well, the job advances, and presently I've been working with these pieces, and they are now done. Both of them are ready to be welded together, and this piece of tubing is also cut to length and ready to be welded also. And now I'm going to make this bracket down here, and I thought I should show you how I will measure it. Cut these two pieces. So I think that this hole will be 20 millimeters, and it will look rather nice, I think, if it is located 20 or 25 millimeters from the edge. And we will make this slope here straight out, round, and up there. This piece is 12.5 centimeters long. I think this is 6 centimeters wide here, and I would like this piece not to go all the way, but to give enough room for the weld here. So we'll make this 5.5 centimeters. The rest, 7 centimeters, will stick out. So let's first draw a line at 5.5 centimeters. Double check. It is very good to double check sometimes. That is 4.5. So not that line, but that line. So the hole should be 2.5 centimeters from the edge. The edge of the hole. And it should be 20 millimeter hole, so if we add another centimeter, that is 3.5 centimeters. So 3.5 centimeters from this side, and from this side, that's the place for the hole. So let's make a mark there. Perfect. Now I shall draw a circle. finally from the radius a straight edge. So this piece I will mount as I did as I did in the mill with that bracket here. But this time I will not remove as much material, so I can be sure that this will be one movement. So I will leave 2 millimeters on the side, and I don't think I will cut this. I think I can mill that out. However, the hole in or the jig, the fixture that I put in the mill is for a 12 millimeter hole. So we will drill this 12 millimeter first, and then mill it, and then drill the rest up to 20 millimeters. So let's do the same on this piece. Let's go to the mill.
till exempel med this axis before I started. That looks enough. That was the next problem. Can you see that? This block interferes with this piece. You can make moves in the other axis. And that will fix the problem. Well, wait a second. Let's see how this will work. I'm getting a little bit worried. It is a bit more to take here, but not really anything here.
was a lot of work and a nearly perfect result. You know, I know this is only a crane that we're building, but I still enjoy making this. Look, it's perfect. It was a few spots there, but I won't mind those. This is only a crane. So let's mount the next one. I think this part is done, and the only trouble I encountered was I couldn't get the mill all the way down here. It's too tight. So a bit of there's a little angle there, but besides that, I think this is perfect. Well, now the pieces are ready in the mill. I milled them, and I must say I am so pleased with the result. This is finally working for me, and now I have to drill that hole to size, and then it's time to weld them onto here. Since the boom is slightly wider than the tubing, I have removed a bit here, so it will be a bit more clearance. And this is how I mounted this in my Bozo chuck. It is so flexible, you know. It isn't much that need to come off on the millimeter. best finish in the world, but I think that will be alright there. That will be enough. So I'm ready to weld now. I put the axle here to align them, to align the holes, and I have squared it up here, so it should be plenty good. And now the lower portion of this riser piece is finished, and we must try it on with the boom. The boom works perfectly. It's stable. It's good. So this is part of the end of part 3. In part 4 we will in part 4 we will make the bracket that should be up here, and also a lid on top.